No one saw this coming, as the Lakers had probably one of the worst games of the season and lose in ugly fashion, even though they had a number of guys coming back and most of them were in the rotation. However, the Lakers still look very out of sorts, but there is a silver lining the Lakers can learn from this disastrous game. What's good? I'm Okechi Apakama, and this is Lakers Digest coming at you with another video. And before we get into that game recap, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to get those Laker updates, because we are pushing towards 20,000 subscribers. So each and every one of you guys who subscribe to the channel really help out. Now, with that out of the way, let's hop straight into that game recap, because it was an ugly one for the Lakers, as the Lakers get embarrassed by the Bulls. So coming into this game, there was a lot of hope for the Los Angeles Lakers, because they got a very clean injury report, getting most of their guys that they missed in the past game against the Milwaukee Bucks, with LeBron James and Hachimura coming back from their long absences, and also having Luka Doncic, Austin Reaves, Gabe Vincent, and Dorian Finney-Smith all available to play. However, the Chicago Bulls really played spoiler in this one, as they were able to take it to the Lakers and beat them in a 31-point loss for the Los Angeles Lakers, 146 to 115. It was just really ugly for the Lakers. So let's dive straight into those stats for the Los Angeles Lakers, as Luka Doncic really led the way and really kept the Lakers close there in that first half. Had 34 points, was 8 of 13 from 3, had 6 assists, 8 rebounds, but he did have 7 turnovers. 7 of his threes are also in the first half. And then Austin Reaves had 25 points, was 9 of 13 from the field, 5 assists, and a couple of rebounds. But just besides those two guys, the rest of the Lakers were really not playing up to par, up to their caliber, as LeBron James had 17 points in his first game back, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, but he didn't look like himself, missing a couple of free throws as well. So, and then you had Hachimura also had that long absence as well. He looked pretty rusty out there, was only 2 of 6 from the field, 5 points, and then just nobody else really of note played super well. Dorian Finney-Smith was in foul trouble for most of the game. So the Lakers just collectively did not have it tonight, and a lot can be attributed to that. Due to their past stretch of games they've been playing, they've just finished off a stretch of 6 games in 8 nights. So that can be very brutal for anybody in the NBA. But Lakers still have the games on the schedule. You still got to play these games and show up for them. But the Lakers just did not have it defensively, because this was probably their worst performance defensively. They didn't look as connected as they've been here in these past couple of weeks here. So just another unfortunate thing for the Los Angeles Lakers, and they're about to embark on probably their last big road trip of the year, going on a 4-game road trip all the way across the country, flying to Orlando there. So the Lakers kind of needed to go off the homestand on a good note, and they just weren't able to do that, just mainly because Chicago played probably one of their better games that I've seen them play all season for the Bulls. So the Chicago Bulls really took it to the Lakers. Kobe White was really in his bag, 36 points, 6 3-pointers he had, just really using his speed to really take it to the Lakers. And then Josh Giddey played an impressive game, 15 points, 10 rebounds, 17 assists, and also 8 steals, really wreaking havoc there on the defensive end. And then dunk contest participant Bazzelli had 31 points, 5 3-pointers in that one. And they also got some nice contributions off the bench there from Patrick Williams and Delaney Terry, with 14 and 13 respectively. But the Lakers just really were just getting run out of their own gym by the Chicago Bulls. They're really scoring in the paint pretty easily, as they were using their speed to get to certain positions on the floor. Even on made baskets, they were really making an effort to run out on the Lakers. And the Lakers, who aren't really a good transition defense team, really showed their bad side tonight, as they were giving up a lot of easy points and points in the paint. And then it started to really fall apart there in the second half, where they were just leaving some guys open to take 3-point shots, and then they were able to hit a ton of threes. I believe over 19 of them the Chicago Bulls did. So the Chicago Bulls really took it to the Lakers, and the Lakers, who were probably expecting, maybe, getting their guys back, our team is whole, finally we can be able to put our foot on the ground and be able to take care of business. But those guys have been playing for a couple of weeks, so that kind of plays effects in certain things. So you have to kind of like refigure things out again to a certain extent. And these guys are definitely capable. I do think the Lakers are still a very good team. I'm not super worried about this loss. However, though, this kind of needs to happen now, as Lakers do not have a ton of runway left. Like I said, they're going on probably their last big road trip of the season, and there's only 12 games left after this one. So the Lakers are going to need to find it really right here in these next 12 games, because right after that is the playoffs. And there's still a lot of positioning to be fought for in the playoffs. So these games really do matter for the Los Angeles Lakers. So dropping them like games like this against the Chicago Bulls can really hurt you down the line. But that kind of moves me on to my next topic, is what the Lakers need to do here, as just move on to the next one. There is going to be times like that where, you're in an 82 game season and just things just don't go your way, and the other team is just making shots left and right. And that was kind of what it was. It was the Chicago Bulls night in Los Angeles, as they were able to do whatever they kind of wanted on the offensive end, and the Lakers really didn't have any resistance whatsoever. And their bad offense was also committing to some of their easy runouts and plays for the Chicago Bulls, and they're a younger team, so they were very willing to run up and down the court there and just wreak havoc against the Los Angeles Lakers. And just to give you just a point of like how bad this Laker defense was, they gave up 146 points, which is tied for the most ever non-OT and points given up in a home game. They also did that in they gave 146 to the Nuggets all the way back in November of 1984. So it's been a very long time since the Lakers had such just bad defensive woes. So like I said, this is the type of game that you kind of have to just throw away, because the Lakers are definitely better than this and what they showed tonight, and those guys know more than anybody that they can be a lot better for what they have showed against the Chicago Bulls. So it's important for the Lakers to kind of regroup here, and the important thing is everybody came out of that game relatively healthy, because that is the biggest factor, I think, for the Los Angeles Lakers here in this latter part of the season, is to continue to build that continuity and that connectivity and stay healthy while doing it, because these games here are going to be very important when it comes to figuring out certain rotations when it comes to the playoffs, because now that it seems like Lakers are kind of settling in on their 8 or 9 guys that they're going to run with in the rotation, then it's important for this team to really stick together in some of these moments, even when it gets bad like this, for when you can have those good moments and be able to show that the Lakers can be this high-level offensive team and high-level defensive team. So the Lakers are going to go out on this road trip here, hopefully fix some few things here, because the Lakers are going to need to hit the ground running here, because they are smack dab in that Western Conference. With this loss now, it drops them down to the 4th seed, but there's still a lot of playing around with seeding, and Lakers still do play the Rockets a couple of times, and they play teams like the Warriors and the Oklahoma City Thunder. So there is going to be some impactful games coming up here for the Los Angeles Lakers. So it is very important for them to stay focused on the task at hand. But that's probably going to be it for this video, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe down below. Like I said before, just remember there is 80% of you who have not yet subscribed to the channel just yet. And if you guys want more of that Laker news, Laker updates, trade rumors, just every and all things Lakers, you guys want to come right here to Lakers Digest so you don't miss any of that action. And just also leave a comment down below of what you think of the Lakers in this game. Do you think it's just one of those throwaway games that just gotta bottle it up and just keep it pushing and then on to the next one? Or do you think they gotta dissect things more and sort of try to figure out what really went wrong here? Let us know in the comments down below. I have been your host, Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.